Hello, fellow cine enthusiasts. My name is Christina, and welcome to another Let's Get Reels movie review. Today's movie I will be reviewing for you is Kuroneko, a Japanese film from 1968. Last year, I had purchased Kuroneko as part of a haul for the Criterion Collection when they were 50% off at Barnes & Noble, and ever since then, I've been getting a lot of people asking me to do Kuroneko. For some reason, I have had it for over a year and I never watched it until now. And I had a feeling it was gonna be a really great movie just by like what the description was, but I had no idea how truly awesome this movie was gonna be. So Kuroneko starts off in a very tragic way. If you're triggered, I apologize, but this is the storyline in the movie. A mother and a young woman who is supposed to be her daughter-in-law, you find out later on in the movie, they are raped and murdered and their house set on fire by a group of samurai who have come. This takes place in feudal Japan when there was a lot of civil war and unrest. So the samurai come in, they drink their water from around this like little stream that they had in front of their house. They steal all their food, and then just like one by one they start raping the mother and the daughter-in-law, and then at the end they're left for dead. And once the house has been burned down, we see the bodies of the mother and the daughter-in-law, and then we see a cat go and lick their wombs. So you can bet something not that great comes from that, or something interesting. Great or interesting? You be the judge if you watch Kuroneko if you haven't. So sometime later in this movie, there is a gate. I believe it's called the Rajamon Gate. In this gate, the samurai are going through one at a time. It actually starts off with one samurai going through, and he comes upon this woman, and she's all in white, and she kind of looks a little eerie and a little mysterious, but the samurai, you know, they're like big tough guys, nothing scares them. The woman says that she lives through a bamboo grove, but she's too afraid to walk there now that it is at night. So the samurai offers to walk her back, and the woman says, "Oh, why don't you come into my house and take a rest?" So the samurai goes into this small house, and in the house is who is presumed to be this girl's mother, and they get the guy drunk off of sake, they feed him and stuff like that, and the guy like wants to mess around with her, and the daughter plays like the, you know, coquettish, and all of a sudden they're like kissing, and the woman just goes like tears at the guy's throat and kills him, and then throws him in the bamboo field. Whoa. So this starts happening to quite a few other samurai, whoever this woman comes across. Sometimes the woman doesn't even take them back, she just kills them at the Rajamon Gate. And the head of the samurais, I guess in this like particular region, Reiko, I believe is how you pronounce his name. I'm going to pronounce all these names so horribly, I apologize. He is getting pissed off. He's like, why are all my samurai dying? They're going into these woods and they're being freaking killed. Why? And, you know, every time somebody tries and goes, they're found later dead in the bamboo grove. Out in the east where there's some fighting, there's fighting all over Japan. And in the east there is this guy named Jintoki who, him and his group of samurai or his group of fighters, they come across like this really bad guy, and Jintoki manages to kill this like awful bad guy. He's the only guy left from this battle. He cuts off the bad guy's head, takes it back to the head samurai. He's like, oh yeah, look what I got. He tells this whole story and everything, and he's a hero, and he becomes a samurai himself. And because he is so brave, and you know, he's this newest warrior who killed this big bad guy, Reiko tells him to go and find these ghosts. And I will leave you with this. Jintoki finds more than he bargained for with these ghosts. And it is fascinating. And I kind of knew it, but it was so good the rest of the movie that I am not going to tell you anything else. I cannot do that because Kuroneko was just so good. And it's just a really fascinating, like, oh god, I can't even, like, it just blew my mind. It was so good, Kuroneko. I loved it, and I am like forever grateful that I bought it. When I had gone to the Barnes & Noble sale for the Criterion, my brother had seen Kuroneko. For some reason, he just picked it up, he read the back, he goes, this looks really interesting. And he didn't really have the money for it, so I was like, all right, I'll buy it for myself. And we just never watched it. He's away at school, so I finally watched it, and my mind was just like, it was just seriously blown. Like, it was just incredible. And what I think was so incredible and what made Kuroneko such an amazing, like, completely stand out, like, mind-blowing movie was the cinematography. I was completely dying over the cinematography of this movie. It was just so incredible. When the two female ghosts are in their house alone, they keep kind of like walking away from each other. So one would go this way, and then the light would follow. They had spotlights on them. And it was like watching something on stage. It was like watching a stage production in these dark scenes. It was just this spotlight on these two women, and that was it. Each one of them had their own spotlight, so when they moved, the light moved. And oh my god, there was one scene where the camera pans over to the mother, and it's dark, but you can tell there's something there, and all of a sudden this light just goes like right over the mother, and I was just like, no. I was like, this is amazing. Like, I actually videoed it and sent it to my brothers, because we're like all movie freaks in my house, and my brothers were like, holy shit, that is amazing. The night scenes in Kuroneko are just like brilliant. They're so brilliant. They're so perfectly lit. The lighting in the night scenes is like ridiculous, especially at the Rajamon Gate. Like the scenes where all the samurai are lured away, and it was just like, what? Like, the light comes in from like this, from like the other side of certain buildings, that one scene to me just kind of looked like scaffolding, but it like comes through and it illuminates that way, and it, oh god, great. And then, like I said, the lighting around like the two female characters in the house, and even around just like the female figure when she comes up on the samurai, it's like, what the hell? Like, mind blown. And it's so perfect. It's like watching The Night of the Hunter. The Night of the Hunter is probably like the most brilliantly like filmed movie. Like, the cinematography in that movie is like absolutely unparalleled, but Kuroneko comes extremely close, and a lot of the lighting in Kuroneko kind of reminded me of Night of the Hunter a little bit, with, you know, like Night of the Hunter, if you've seen it, it's very dark. It's like a very noir film. The lighting in it is like stage lighting, and it's just brilliant. It really has like no equal, but like I said, Kuroneko comes very close in the cinematography and the lighting, very close. So that was my review for Kuroneko. I hope for anybody who requested that I make a review for this movie, I hope you guys liked it. For anybody who just came across this, I hope you like this review too. If you guys did happen to like this review of Kuroneko, please give it a thumbs up. Leave your comments down below. If you have seen Kuroneko, what are your thoughts? What's your favorite scene? You know, what parts are you like totally head over heels for, if you're like me? If you like the story, anything, leave those in the comments. And also, if you have any suggestions for movies that I should watch, be them old or new, leave them there, and if I pick your movie and I watch it and I review it, I will give you a shout out. How cool is that? Who wouldn't want a shout out in a YouTube video? Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for future Let's Get Reels movie reviews, and hit that bell notification as well, because sometimes I'm not that great with uploading. I can be a little inconsistent. So if you hit that bell notification right there, you will know as soon as I upload a video. And as always, keep watching movies and stay absolutely fabulous.